like we are waiting for the grid to line up here. We'll have a formation lap, and we'll get going.
So, any messages regarding weather?
You know, I didn't get a chance to, with all our technical difficulties, didn't get a chance to check what the weather was, so we'll have to take a quick peek here and see if we got any clouds. It looks like it might be dry at the moment.
Yeah, I wish as spectators that we could, get that information.
Yeah, exactly.
We're in the lobby. Why can't, just seems like something we should be able to do, but oh well, it is what it is. It does look sunny at the moment, so.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting because we can't go in the race director. I think that's the new Codemasters bug.
Oh, really?
It won't let you get in there, so it'll be interesting. I'm scared to be the one to do it because I don't want to mess the stream up. So
yeah, I'll see if I can do it once we get out of this pit. Basically, sitting there watching nothing. But I'm really happy to see that nobody's readied up yet. That gives the guys plenty of time to set their strategy. Nothing worse than getting to this point and you go to set your strategy and you look up and somebody's already started the clock. So
yeah, absolutely. Definitely had it happen to me probably once or twice. So all right.
And
got Janet in the comments here with some cat noises. Looks like his cat might have took over his keyboard.
Cat mouses? Not cat noises?
Just meow meow in the chat, so want to be looking out for what he's got to say during the race if it crashes out, maybe. Not to put a commentary curse on anybody before the race even starts.
Yeah, if we had to worry about commentators' curse, nobody would ever call a race.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, countdown clock's going. Got some of the fellas in the lobby here, so good to have you guys with us tonight. I think we got round 6 here at Monaco for ZOR Tier 2. So we can, I guess at this point, while they're getting ready to do the formation lap, we can go through some standings for these guys and see what they got.
You have that?
Yeah, so I got it pulled up here. So it looks like top of the board you got Maverick in the Ferrari with 80 points, followed by Nico, Ace Edge, Grex closely behind in 4th, Lil General in 5th, Fusions in 6th, Slasher in 7th, Rex in 8th, Carson in 9th, Bradley in 10th, Grim Reefer in 11th, Sharpshooter 12th, Soy Loco 13th, Hightower, his teammate, in 14th, Josh in 15th, Zyg 16th, Dalton in 17th, Costco in 18th, and then rounding out the back is Rocco, Leclerc, and Chris D. So a couple guys looking to get some points on the board, I know for sure. And I know that Constructors battle a little bit tight also. You got Alfa Romero with 110, and Ferrari trying to chase him down with 82. So
that's pretty close.
Might be a little bit tight. Yeah.
So interesting. I was able to get into the race director. Only 4 drivers on the mediums. Everybody else starting on the hards.
Interesting. Okay.
And also interesting, you mentioned Costco is like 18th in points or something. That is surprising to me.
Yeah, I agree with you. But definitely not the start of the season that he was hoping for. So we'll see what happens. I think I got to make a couple adjustments here, so I'm trying to make those real quick before we start. Got everybody coming in here. There we go. I need to turn that off. Okay. Believe we are doing okay. Let's get a good look at the start here. Fusions, Rex and Nico the top 3 with Maverick, Carson, Grex, Costco, Reefer, General, the big Toblerone. Looks like he is this his first or second race? I think he's fairly new.
I think this is his second.
Second, okay. I got him, Soy Loco, Slasher, Hightower, and Ace with Pepe in the
Lights
back
out,
with
dude.
his first race tonight. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Lights out and away we go. Let's give a good look into Sandoval here. Everybody doing a good job to make it through.
Yep, Fusion's got a really good start.
Okay. Everybody kind of shuffling in together. Real tight here through Sector 1. Everybody bunched up nice and tight.
Yeah, and like I was talking about on Monday, I think it's just really important to survive. You can't do anything too crazy in this race. You can't be overly aggressive, because if you mess up, you really mess up your entire race. So any attack or any attempt to pass somebody has to be well thought out, and you have to do it quite carefully, actually.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, especially in the sector that we're going through right here. A lot of people will definitely try and shove her up the inside and make a move stick. So got to keep your eyes on your mirrors and keep your head down at the same time. It's definitely one of the more challenging circuits that we got on the calendar.
Absolutely. Ooh, I wrecked into the wall a little bit. And this DRS, once this becomes active, it's almost really doesn't do anything. I mean, you don't lose time to the driver in front of you, but it doesn't assist you in passing anybody. I mean, the guy in front of you really has to have a terrible exit for the DRS to really help you pass anybody down that front straight.
Yeah, completely agreed. It's almost like as if they just shouldn't have put one on this track, just make everybody...
Right.
Maybe put some extra bumpers or something, make us some bumper cars, and we'll have some fun. Oh,
Rex into the back.
Yeah, Rex into the back of Fusions there, going around the hairpin. I wonder if he took some damage. We'll take a quick look at that. Looks like he might be okay.
I don't think he hit him too hard, but
yeah, we'll find out right here, because this is kind of where you lean heavily on that wing, especially through this real fly end of Sector 2, beginning of Sector 3 here.
So this is a very good start for the top 5. Everybody's really tight. And we have our first penalty.
Real tight. Everything kind of about a second apart after that, so we're starting to see that midfield kind of separate a little bit. We'll see who's got the pace and who's just trying to hold on and survive the Ironman, if you will.
Yeah, I really think that the mentality for most drivers should be to just protect the car. I'm not saying that that's the way it should be driven, but for me personally, I just expect that there will be other drivers that kind of make the mistake and have to pit to change their wing. I don't want to be one of those guys. I want to just run my laps and pit just the one time that I have to, or twice, whatever it might be, but I don't want to pit for damage.
Yeah, completely agreed there. So it looks like everybody so far kind of keeping their nose clean. Once we get towards, I think, maybe later life tires, we're going to start seeing what everybody's going to have as far as grip, who can hold on to the car. We're going to maybe not see so much action at the beginning here, but we'll see what happens halfway through and towards the end. Oh, wow, big twitch by Rex there coming out of the last corner. Nico all over the back of him.
Oh, my word.
They made contact.
Yeah, Nico got by.
Wow.
I just caught the end of that.
Gets by. Oh, no. I think there might be... we might be looking at the steward report there.
Oh my God, yeah. So Rex has got some damage. He's nursing it around here. That sucks.
All the way back. Oh, so we're gonna have to see how many positions he loses. Unfortunate too. Starting on the hards, he's gonna have to go to those mediums, and he's probably looking at a 2-stop from here on out if everything stays green.
Yep. This in games past, seasons past, it's been a great track for undercutting. And if I remember right, there was somebody that did do that on Monday. Not that it put them in the front, but it certainly put them ahead of the guy that they were following prior to the boxing. So somebody like Maverick, for instance, he should probably be thinking about undercut. Even anybody really. I mean.
Yeah, no, 100%. I would say probably somebody that actually started in the back there, Ace. He's probably going to be looking to make an undercut or some sort of move in the pits, considering he started in the back of that DSQ and quali. So I'm not sure what happened there, but unfortunate for him, starting in the back, not qualifying, but already fighting back through the field, up to P9 right now. So keep an eye on him, how far he can move up. He's got some tough guys ahead of him with some pace too, so might have some battle to take a look at here in a few laps if he can catch some people.
Yeah, everything, almost everybody except for Mate is actually within DRS here, following ASEX. Oh, and ASEX didn't get a very good exit. This is where you can try to make a move, break late, and that's what he's trying to do, and they touch a little bit, and it didn't work, but I think no harm, no foul.
Yeah, everybody moves on, left to fight another corner, and looks like we got two Alpines that are real close to each other too, Grex and Costco. They've been battling a little bit here, so we'll keep an eye on that and that battle for 9th as well. And General picking up a penalty there. 3 seconds. So you have to make sure you don't take too many of those here. That can really be costly.
What? Maybe you mentioned it and I didn't hear. But what happened to Hightower? DNF. Did you see anything?
That's a good question. I didn't even catch that. I didn't even see a yellow pop up or anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Neither did I.
Of course, I could check the race director, but I may not be able to cover the rest of the race. So.
I can check it. Let's see. How did I do that? I did it like this. Race director. And so Hightower, DNF. He didn't even get a lap in. Sector 1 was the only time he set. So he must have first lap had an incident before he got through the second sector.
Oh no. Not what he wants to have right there. I know he was looking to gain some points tonight.
Yeah.
He's currently sitting P14 in the standings like we mentioned, just 11 points, but really everybody from 3rd on back is fairly bunched up. A lot of people can make some pretty good moves here and swallow up a lot of points, especially on a day like today where you never really know what's going to happen. You could have everybody be very cautious and make it through the race, or you could have everybody trying to get all they can get, maybe being a little bit too aggressive, and a lot of DNFs, so it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and quite surprisingly, on Monday, Tier 1, I don't even think we had a VSC. There were no safety cars. So I don't know if that's a glitch with the game. It's not a bad one, I guess. The one where we were getting safety cars every freaking other lap a season or two ago. That sucked, but.
And Maverick making a move there on Nico. It looks like I saw a yellow flag there for a little bit. I'm not sure what happened, but Maverick making the move on Nico. I don't see any damage from him, but just kind of blew past him there on the straightaway and has already gapped him by almost 2.5 seconds, so I wonder what happened.
And Nico does not appear to have any damage.
Yeah, that's interesting there. I would think with Fusions being in the lead that maybe Nico would be trying to defend a little bit for his teammate, but I know those two haven't always played nice this season. as we take a look. Not a whole lot of close battles going on at the moment. Everybody kind of spread out for the most part. Do got TTV Slasher on the back of General. That looks like the closest thing we got right now, so we'll ride along with them.
Yeah, and yeah, General's on some softs, so 6-lap-old softs. He must have boxed first lap, and Slasher as well, 4-lap-old mediums, so he had to box early as well.
Yeah, agreed. So, oh no, and Rex picking up a penalty. That's not going to help that march back to the field. So, we'll
it's just so tough. You know, it's hard to recover from a mistake, whether it be a penalty or damage to your wing here. I mean, it just, I saw it happen to Jinnit the other night. He was, P2 fighting for the lead, got a little wide, hit the wall, and he was pretty much relegated to the back of the field for the rest of the race. So that's, for me, again, you don't want to get too crazy and cause damage to your car, because that will really ruin your race.
Yeah, you talk about the analogy, I guess, that you hear some racers use of that egg under the pedal. You don't want to crack that egg. It almost seems like you might have two in the pedal tonight.
Yeah, it's really amazing how fragile the car is on this track. I mean, you really do have to baby the throttle.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do got Ace catching up to the back of Soy for 8th. And Soy does have a penalty, so I'm sure probably be very cautious around getting around Soy there. You don't got to be too aggressive. I'm sure he's probably not going to fight it a whole lot right now at this stage of the race either, so we'll see how that plays out as they go into turn 1.
So Slasher was able to get by a little General. Oh, and then he tags the wall a little bit. He looks okay. But that's the first on-track pass I've seen.
Right on. Maybe we should have started under and over before the race. See what the bet line should have been.
We really didn't know we had a stream until the very last minute.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
So Little General got off the softs and onto the hard, so he's looking to go the rest of the way.
Okay. I think once he got past there by Slasher, that was kind of the decision maker for him right there.
Yeah.
And now we do got 3 tight cars right here. Oh no! Soy. Oh no! I think I gave him the commentator's curse there. Soy Loco just takes it into the wall, into the chicane. Man, you hate to see it.
And it does not look like we're going to get a VSC nor safety car. And he's right there. I mean, the game is a little weird here.
Yeah, interesting. 2 DNFs now and no safety car, especially in a place around Monaco. That's almost unheard of. They must have the best track crew in the world. Look how fast they got that car out of the way.
So, there aren't that many really close battles, but Nico and Maverick are pretty close. And then Grim and Costco.
Nico closing back up there to Maverick. Let's see what we got here. 2 different tire compounds too, so we'll see if those hards are starting to come into their prime lifespan here.
Yeah, I think that the mediums, right about now for most drivers, is probably the mediums are starting to, they're probably around 45, 50% wear, maybe, guessing. I don't imagine many guys want to take the mediums more than 15 laps.
Yeah, that would be what I would want to do, especially with all the practice, especially at this place that I've put in personally. Roughly about 15, I mean maybe 16 if you're really good like yourself about taking care of tires. But for us regulars over here that aren't tire wizards, I don't know if we can stretch it much past 15.
Yeah, and it's one thing to save the tires here, but you really have to stretch the tires if you want to go medium soft. You can go hard soft or soft hard, but I don't think you're going to get the medium to soft. You just have to go too long. I think the softs probably last like, boy, if you really want to push it, maybe 12 laps. Oh, it's just Nico. What is going on? Is that lag?
I'm not sure. Yeah, he could be having some connection issues tonight. But that's the second time, especially through the last corner and down the front stretch, that he's looked like he's had issues, but no damage.
Yeah, it was just weird. I mean, he was right behind him, and then all of a sudden now he's like almost 4 seconds back.
Interesting. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on what's going on over there. We do got 3 cars that are real close together again, and unfortunately, we're going right back to that sector. Sector 1 going into turn 1, but we got Ace and the Red Bull, and AlphaTauri and a Mercedes close behind, both on fresher medium tires. So we'll see what happens.
We got the top 2 positions with penalties now.
Oh yeah, you're right. So if Nico can figure it out and keep that thing close to the leaders, he'll be having a shot for a win here tonight.
I don't know if you're watching Rex, but Rex is all over the back of Mape.
Yeah, just switched over to it. We'll ride along with them for a little bit and see if we can catch some action. And we got a yellow in Sector 1 real briefly. It goes away. Not seeing anybody dropping positions. Looks like everything is A-okay on the front stretch.
So yeah, if Rex wants to get by, you need to nail this exit coming out of the last turn and hope that the driver in front of you doesn't hit the sweet spot. And yeah, I think Mape got a really good exit.
Yeah, I agree. I went on to the TV pod angle so we could really get a sense for how much he was pulling, and he seemed to pull a couple car lengths there and hold it, and now we're just going to hop back on the train around the track again and see if we can get another shot.
Now he's approaching. You can kind of make a late lunge here at the end of this, but you really, again, same thing. You just need to have the guy, the driver in front of you, have made a mistake.
Oh yeah, and they did make a. Oh, is he gonna stick it up? Oh man, tough place to stick it on the inside or
just
outside,
tough.
I guess, depending on how you think of it.
Oh wow, I think he might have him here. I think he's got him. I think this is his best chance. Oh, but wow, great defensive driving. Mape really blocked off that inside track line.
Yeah, beautiful job sticking it right in the middle of the track, giving him no option to pass on either side, and making it difficult. I mean, real easy track to make it difficult to pass around here to begin with. But
it's not hard to defend.
Yeah. Again, coming out of that last corner, Rex just doesn't quite get the exit that he's looking for there to try and get back on the rear end of that AlphaTauri. And are you seeing raindrops?
I think I am, as you said that.
I think we're seeing, oh boy, halfway through a Monaco race, and we get mixed weather. Are we? Is this the 4th of July? We're about to see some fireworks.
I'm trying to. I think it's raining.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it's all. Oh,
yeah.
And so, all right. So Mape just kind of tagged the wall, entering the tunnel. So Rex is able to get by.
Yeah, taking advantage, and I'm sure looking to pull away now and make that gap with the rain coming. So keep an eye on that. Nico moving to inters already.
Really?
And a new wing.
I guess he kind of had to, huh?
And Carson follows suit right behind, so we might be seeing everybody come in. We must have missed some of that early rainfall making the track wet.
Yeah, I don't think it's time for the inters, but I mean, the track still looks dry.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Ace is staying out, and so is Rex, the AlphaTauri behind him, and Pepe. So it's a mixed bag of who's taking the inners right now. So we're going to see who really benefits from it. So we'll take a quick look back here at the leaders, give Fusion some of his well-deserved airtime here up front. And he's staying out again, so, I mean, making those hards last, he must have enough grip, and he must feel pretty confident that he's not going to slide around out there.
And we'll find out if there's an undercut here, because Maverick just boxed. However, Maverick was quite a ways behind.
Yeah, it looked like 7.1 before he came in, so we'll have to keep an eye on that once they cycle through and see if he gained any time.
So DRS has been disabled now, so that tells us that the track is getting wet.
Yeah, so it should be seeing, I guess, everybody who's on those dry compound tires coming in, switching over to inners, and we'll see whose setup is going to take them to the end without any danger. Fortunately, in a place like this with Monaco, you're already pretty much running max wings anyways, so
right.
It's not like you got to make a wing change.
Yeah, right.
So we're going to keep an eye on Fusions here as he's coming around. He is losing time now. Just looks like a few tenths a corner.
Ooh.
But I'd imagine he's pulling it in now.
He's boxing.
Yeah, there he is. So, go back to Maverick here.
Hit the 23 seconds, I think, ish.
Roughly.
Yeah,
and we are going to take a look real quick. I don't mean to interrupt, but we do have Reefer still out on the dries with Rex, Grex, and Pepe and Ace all stacked up behind him. This is an absolute... Oh, no, and he tags the wall. It's absolute carnage right now as people try to navigate through the last of the dry fitted tires. And Fusions, it looks like, is out, and he is now 4.7 ahead, so he did lose about 3 seconds of time there.
Grim just... Oh, man. Oh! Yeah, he needs to get off those tires. He's falling back big time.
Yeah.
He couldn't make the chicane. He ended up going straight through and got a penalty. And then another penalty. Wow.
Yeah, I did see another piece of wing that was laying on the track as he went through. I wonder if somebody in front of him maybe picked up some damage also. We'll flip through and see if we can catch some here. Oh no, and Grim's just going to call it and retire in the pits tonight. So it looks like best battling that we got going on right now is 6th through 8th. Grex and the Alpine with Pepe and the AlphaTauri and Ace on the Red Bull. All seeing what they can get here on those wet weather tires now. And how about Rex also? All the way back up to P5 after having a pit early with that damage. So I'm sure he'll probably take that, considering how that first quarter of the race went.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. He's 27 seconds behind P4.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like we're going to get any VSCs or safety cars.
Yeah, I guess the yellow flag gods are not in our favor this evening, so I don't know how many people maybe anticipated safety cars, but if they were...
Mape had a hard time.
Yeah. Tagged the wall there. Ace gets by. Right back on his rear coming out of the corner. This might get fun going into turn 1.
Yeah, the track looks wet going up this hill now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping that Tier 2 takes the rain for Monaco and nobody else gets it.
Right. For sure.
So we got 12 still in the race here. Now, quite a few people with penalties as well, so if we end up with a safety car, if we're lucky enough to get some close racing action, maybe with, I don't know, 10, 15 laps to go. We'll see how that plays into effect.
So penalties, everybody's got all penalties of 3 seconds with General and the big Toblerone, whatever. They've got 6 seconds, the two of them.
Okay.
Oh, wow. The big, I'm just going to call him Big. Almost got into the wall. And that allowed Slasher to get by. Oh, he's ghosted. Gotcha. What's going on here? Is he lapped?
Yeah, he might be, actually.
Yeah, I think he is, because you add up the times. Yeah, he's down a lap, that's why.
Yeah, because that's Rex right there in front of him, so you're absolutely correct there. And tough to kind of move around as far as getting people some airtime, but let's see if we can go over to Costco and General. Looks like they're real close.
Yeah, Costco got a much better exit.
Yeah, he really did. Good to see him get a couple points back on the board if he can keep her there in ninth. Maybe get lucky if somebody out of him gets unfortunate and doesn't finish. You never know what will happen.
Costco's
tucking right in underneath him.
Both Costco and Little General are. They seem to be. What do I want to?
Do they have the leader coming up on them?
Maybe. Where's Fusions?
Or no, it's third. That would be Nico. So yeah, it looks like General just gets out of the way there. He must have got a warning.
Yeah, they're ghosted. I don't know why.
I'd imagine it's because you have the people in the lead lap starting to come through. As it looks like Nico is,
Gotcha.
There goes Costco. It looks like he's letting him through there now. So we'll get back to this battle with General and Costco if they can cinch back up together. As Big went to the medium, so I'm not sure if that was intentional.
Probably not.
Yeah, probably not.
I think we've probably all experienced why'd they put me on this tire?
Good old not Jeff. Let's see, we got Ace all over the back of Grex for P6.
Looked like he was going to go for it.
Yeah, shutting the door there, going into turn one, and oh no, we're going to go sad. Oh boy, getting awfully
contentious
there, going to sector one. My goodness, put a bumper on it and push him through. Why don't you?
That's hard to do in dry conditions, much less in wet conditions on the inters.
Yeah, hats off. Especially when you get tagged in the rear like that, it kind of lifts that rear end up off the ground and makes it a handful to handle. So, hats off to Grex for keeping it out the wall there.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we might stick with this battle here for just a little while. Let's see what transpires from it. Everybody's on the same tire strategy at the moment. I'd imagine this rain's going to probably stick around until the end of the race.
Ooh.
Both of them in the wall.
Almost. It looks like he's all set. At least Ace X Edge. Ace.
Yeah, both of them still got their wings intact. Got a light flashing for Ace as he goes to the outside into turn one. Let's see what happens. And not enough room for two cars.
Great car. Oh, he's got him on the inside.
He does and makes the move. I wonder if Grex maybe let him through there.
Yeah, that almost looked a little too easy.
Yeah, for sure. So riding along, looking out the back of Ace's car here. I'm sure Grex is going to look to hang on, as surprisingly no wing damage on that Red Bull. Like you would have think contact like that would have at least broken end plate or something.
Right. Yep. But everything looks intact.
Looks and we know damage is on.
Yes. We have seen some wing changes.
Oh, Ace tags the wall there, goes it for just a second, and Grex not able to take advantage. Man, I wonder what Grex is doing back there, because it looks like he just doesn't want to get back in front of him. Maybe he's just accepting that that Ace is faster there.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems to be, wanting to stick with him anyways. Maybe he just didn't feel comfortable having Asex right behind him.
So we'll keep an eye on that gap. Pop back over to Costco and 9th in general. They're still sticking together.
Man, that corner right there has got to be quite... You got to... Coming down the hill after the tunnel, you get that quick left that leads to the pool. It's so tempting to just keep it floored going through there, and you can kind of do it if you time it just right. But if you don't, you're going into that wall, and especially on the inters here. So these guys, I imagine, they're quite tense as they approach that turn.
Yeah, definitely one of those corners that it can just step out without giving any sort of warning at all. So, I mean, quite a few guys. I mean, we look at those top two, especially. That gap has stayed roughly about the same.
Yeah.
And they're definitely pushing as hard as they can. Actually, pop over and run a couple laps with the leader and just watch how smoothly he's getting through this track. As wet as it is, if I can keep a curse off of him, I will. But so we'll throw some telemetry up for him and watch him work that throttle and brake pedal for a little bit. So we're closing in on 10 laps to go here, late in this race. Whole bunch of action going on this evening. I mean, loads of action.
Yeah, I wonder if Costco's getting tired of driving with his eyes in the rearview mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, you might want to take them off and hang out with the driver.
Yeah. But, I think that this is one of those tracks that you don't necessarily have to be watching your back too much. I mean, it's just so darn hard to pass that you just, take your line and maybe just stay a little bit towards the middle of the track, and nobody's going to be able to get by you.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Like we saw earlier, I think it was maybe Pepe that made that great defense, just sticking her right there in the middle of the road, and where are you going to go, Oh no, we got a yellow out in sector 3. It does go away, but it looks like it was maybe was it for General or Pepe? Pepe's in the pits.
Yeah, I think it was him.
Yeah, no wing on there, so making a tire change and a new wing. Unfortunate for him, he was having a pretty decent race, but I think he's got a decent enough gap to be able to get out and still get some points.
Yeah, because Costco's still just approaching the last turn. And is that the leader that just passed him?
I believe that is
Nico. Yes.
Yeah, that is Nico.
Yep.
So, a bit of a lonely race for Nico. I think other than earlier, when whatever happened, whether he made a mistake or had some connection issues or whatever the case was, seems that he's just been kind of riding around by himself for the rest of the race today.
That's not necessarily a bad thing at this track. I know that it can be quite boring at other tracks, but at least he can focus on just hitting his marks. So that's not a bad deal there.
Yeah, absolutely. So it looks like, what do we got here? 4 cars without penalties. Now that Ace is picking up that 3-second. So Nico, Carson, Grex, and Costco all with no penalties. Unfortunately, the gaps are so big, I don't think it's going to matter. So.
Let's see, the penalties. Okay, so now everybody's still with 3. Little generals get 9 seconds, and then the big tubbler one has 12 seconds in penalties. The big tubbler one. There we go.
Yeah, that's a mouthful to try and broadcast, that's for sure.
Yeah, probably ought to just say the big one.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm sticking with too. It's too much tongue twister to try and get out in a hurry. General's still holding on to the back of Costco. I'm sure Costco's been glued to his mirrors.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, within a foot of the car ahead, they just get so tight going into that hairpin.
Let me ask you this. Do you notice that, so the Alpine, the front wing is very low to the ground, and let me see, is it Slasher? Yeah, Slasher's. Oh no, Costco. Costco seems that wing is pretty high off the ground, but then the little General's car, it's like maybe not. Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's
definitely
like lifted up off the ground.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if that's just the ride height. It can't be the car itself or the manufacturer. So it seems like he's less downforce, I guess, higher ride height.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. I think you hit it on the head with the ride height. It does look like that Aston does have just the shape of that wing, maybe the middle of it comes up off the ground a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely looks like he's got that ride height jacked up, probably to be able to take some curb or get some extra rotation in some of those real tight corners. Because if you kind of watch his lap too, especially right here, watch how much he closes up and is able to kind of close the gap through those tight, slow first, second gear corners.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if that's what he was aiming for, was he just really wanted to have a stable car to take some curb, blow through those slow corners, and just sacrifice a little bit on the top end where it's so tight, people aren't going to be trying to get around you anyways.
Right.
But yeah, that's a good eye, pointing that out, and never really paid attention to that whole aspect a whole lot when you're just watching a race, but
well, there aren't any very close battles, so I guess just checking out the cars. Why not? I'm trying to see, like the Haas with Slasher, it looks like his is pretty high up as well. So is the big one. And Fusions. Let's see what this dude is running. His wing. Yeah, his wing seems to be a little lower.
It looks like Ace's is maybe a happy medium. It's not raised up super high, but you can definitely tell it's not glued to the ground like the other cars around him. But if you look at Grex looks like he's got that thing glued to the ground.
Yeah, it is very low. So let's see. I want to see if Costco's looks the same. I wonder if it's just the style of car. Can't be though.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have another Aston out there to point for reference, but it does look like. I mean, take a look at Rex also, because Rex kind of looks similar. It's a similar kind of wing also to a degree.
Yeah, and it's up off the ground quite a bit, in my opinion.
Yeah, same with Carson too. Carson's got it fairly high off the ground also.
Oh, and he just what? Oh, was that the wall that he took apart? Because his wing is fine, but it looked like he hit the wall and some part of the wall came out onto the track.
Was that Carson in the Haas?
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, it looks like that wing's intact, so no harm, no foul, I guess. As long as it doesn't turn into the Baku glitch wall where you can just run head on into a wall out of nowhere.
So, looking at Nico, it looks like his is certainly in between, like you had described earlier. Doesn't seem to be quite as low as the Alpines, and not as high as, was it the Aston Martins?
Yeah, it was the Aston, but also take a look at Maverick, because Maverick looks like he's got his fairly high off the... I mean, maybe it's just the way it's perceived, but it looks like it's sitting pretty high.
I'm kind of in a bad camera angle here to see that. And yeah, not gonna be able to tell from the helicopter view.
Be interesting to maybe ask one of them how they set up their car or something like that, what they like to have for a track like this. You know, do they focus on ride height, wing, tire pressure? You know, what makes their driving special with that setup? As we still got General and Costco glued together.
Yeah,
I think they're just going to be best friends for Monaco and hold each other's hand all the way through the end of this race.
That could be quite frustrating to just be stuck behind.
Yeah, both of them maybe use up a better battery also as see a couple blinking lights, which we always see in the rain anyway, so you never know.
Yeah, Costco's got almost 70% battery life, and General's got 5%. So General's trying to use up what he can to try to get by.
Yeah, I'd be trying to save a little bit and make a push with a couple laps to go. Luckily with the rain, you can regenerate some battery pretty quickly, pretty easily. Especially around a track like this too, so we'll see if he can lay off it for a little bit, reserve for a few laps, and make another push. But we know Costa's going to be ready with about 70%, 60-70% battery. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. I wanted to see Fusion's car. Yeah, his wing is fairly low. Yeah, his wing looks more like General's. I'm sorry, Greg's or Costco actually.
Okay. It's very, very interesting. I think this is probably one of the few tracks that you can really notice that big of a difference with everybody's ride height and how their style of driving maybe comes into play.
Yeah. We've quietly got through to lap 34 now.
Yeah, coming up on 5 laps to go here. Looks like at the line. General, I mean, looked like he wanted to make a move there, but maybe just mistimed it or couldn't take advantage of the little bobble Costco had coming out of the chicane there in Sector 2. But that is the closest, and probably going to be the closest we're going to have for the rest of this race, is everybody with about 10 seconds of gap or more, something to 20.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I guess that's what happens when you don't have any VSCs or safety cars.
Yeah, that is absolutely wild. 3 DNFs in this race, and not even... I mean, what was the longest caution we had? Maybe 10, 15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, and was it Soy that had his incident right in the at the end of the tunnel in that chicane there? He was stuck right there, ghosted. Cars were coming by and going through him, but no VSC and no caution, no safety car.
Yeah, obviously a spot if this were real life that we'd be either looking at a red flag or everybody would just be driving through the chicane under safety car. But yeah, very very interesting on how that's worked out. Costco picking up a 3-second penalty, and not going to make too much of a difference as long as he doesn't pick up a couple more. General obviously with 9 seconds behind him, so.
Yeah, I don't think penalties are really going to hurt anybody. However,
as Rex picks up another 3 seconds.
Yeah. Let's see if I go to leader. So it appears as though Fusions has lapped everybody up to Rex. Depending. I mean, so ASEX is a minute 19 behind. Lap times here in the rain are going to be a little slower, so maybe he hasn't been lapped yet, but...
Yeah, I think you're right. Excuse me. I do believe we're probably looking at... Man, that's really tough to kind of figure out. I think... Do we have the two... No, the two Alpines are separate.
So Fusions is just approaching the hairpin. And
to be honest with you, I want to say maybe he's lapped up to 8th.
Because, yeah, he is...
Oh, yellow. Oh, no, what happened? As that's big, it looks like. Did he nose it into the wall there in the last set of corners?
Well, they're giving him a new wing.
Another new wing. Gaining some seat time today. Just keep completing laps, so it'll be a victory. And it's soft's going on. Oh boy.
Oh, that's an oops.
That could be. Well, that might have been why he was coming in, and maybe why he took some damage, or who knows. But just kind of having a rough strategy day tonight. So easy to do at a track like this for sure. Yeah, I think we're looking at about 7th or 8th that has been lapped up to. It's kind of hard to figure it out. Maybe Ace just got passed.
I think ASEX just got passed.
Yeah, I agree. He's running about 122s for his laps. I want to see... As we got another yellow out in Sector 2. What do we got going on here? Is it... That was Rex.
I don't think he'll get lapped. He's far enough ahead with only 2.5 laps left to go. But yeah, that's Fusions has pretty much lapped right up to P5, or not quite P5, but.
Oh no! Did we just see? Oh, I think we just saw Big in the wall again. There's Ace was coming through him.
Yeah, he's got no wing. Nope, he's got a box again.
Well, hopefully I can slap spinners on and he can have a good last couple laps here. As let's see, we got Fusions, 2 laps to go here. He's going to be coming to the white flag this time by, and pretty unbothered race by the man up front. So another Ferrari power engine sweep of the podium, it looks like, with Fusions, Maverick, and Nico taking the top 3 spots as long as they make it through those last couple laps. It does look like the rain went away. I don't see a lot of spray coming off the cars. So it looks like they're dealing with a bit of a dry track here for these last couple laps. Couple sections that still have some rain just coming out there out of the tunnel into the swimming pool section. So maybe everything down below that's not up on top of the hill is still a little damp.
So just a couple corners here for Fusions.
Yeah.
There you go.
Coming through. Is this his last, or is he coming to the white?
That's white. That's right. Yep. My bad.
Jumping the gun, GP. Come on.
I know.
Easy to do with all this action we've been calling tonight. Yeah.
Trying to figure out who's where and what and how far behind.
Yeah. But we'll ride along with Fusions and let him take us to the checkered flag here, as it looks like everybody else is spaced apart pretty well, so no issues there. Only thing that maybe we might be keeping an eye on is Pepe. If he does take another penalty, that would put Slasher into the last point spot, so we can keep an eye on that.
Let's see, penalties. Generals get 9 seconds in penalties. Rex and Asex have 6 seconds in penalties. It's
make that 9.
9 seconds.
And here we go with Fusions coming out of the last corner down the front stretch, taking the victory here at Monaco with some mixed conditions, followed by Maverick and Nico, just waiting for them to cross the line here. Wow, I mean, what do we say about that? I mean, we thought we were going to get some action maybe once we got to the rain, and certainly saw some people lose some wings.
But not that bad. Not that bad.
Yeah. I mean, we can chalk it up to some good driving tonight, I would say.
Absolutely.
As last podium spot coming through there, Nico taking the checkered flag. Rounding out the finishing orders, it does look like everybody is going to stay where they're listed here. We do see, it does look like General is all over the back of Costco. I don't think he's going to be able to get it done. And Costco just gives it to him.
Wow.
Right, wow.
Well, he gave him the spot, but he didn't lose the position in the end because of the penalties. But throwing him a bone, I guess.
Little tip of the cap. Good racing.
Yep.
All right. So wrapping up here from a good race at Monaco, Lil General. I thought he was going to get drive of the day. I'm jumping the gun now. Who we got here? Ace for drive of the day, and not surprising there, coming from the back, I think to finish 6th. So, obviously, I think him taking advantage of staying out that extra lap, he might have hit the sweet spot of that transition of dry to wet tires.
Mm-hmm.
So hats off there. We'll see if we can grab our top 3.
Fusions, Maverick, and Nico. Let's see. Do you have them all on your friends list? I'm not sure if I have them. I think I do. Let's see. You got them? Okay.
One, followed by Maverick and Nico on the podium. Carson in the Haas coming in P4, followed by Rex, Ace, Grex, Costco, General, and Slasher ends up getting the last point spot there. I'm sure he'll be happy to walk away with at least something tonight.
Yeah. And fastest lap.
And fastest lap. So yeah, 2 points for him. So look at that, matching a P9 finish, if you will. So Pepe in 11th, followed by Big, Grim, and Soy Loco. Those three. Well, I'm actually missing somebody there. Who's below Soy? Hightower. There we go. Those three in the back. Unfortunately, not making it all the way through the race, but yeah, I mean, we looks like we kind of saw, like we usually do with Tier 2. We kind of see the cream of the crop rising up once everybody gets settled, and some good racing all around the board tonight.
Yeah, very good racing. I'm amazed. No DNFs. Well, I didn't see if the drivers that did DNF, crashed into the wall, lost a tire. We know that Grimm retired in the pits, but Soy, I don't think he lost a tire. So, I mean, hats off to these guys for keeping the cars together.
Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we got the fellas joining into the chat here. So let's take a look. I think we're still waiting on Nico to join in. So we'll give him a couple minutes.
I don't know if Nico's. Oh, it says he's. I see his name at the top of the screen here. Well, I don't think Nico's coming. Sure, Fusion's great race, bud. You survived the hurricane, right? I mean, that didn't really hurt you any. So was it lonely out front there, or any issues? Did you find you had to lift off the throttle a lot, whereas you wouldn't have to if it weren't raining? Mm-hmm. And so it's so important to keep the car intact here. Obviously, if you break your wing, forget it. Yeah, you know you're going to go all the way to the end of the field, most likely. So that must have been weighing on your mind, given that you were pretty comfortable in the lead, but also I'm sure quite aware that they're just a little slip up away from that changing quite a bit. So how much was that weighing on your mind as you were trying to manage the gap to Maverick? All right. Well, congratulations again. It's not easy to win at Monaco. It's not easy to run the entire race without breaking a wing, and it's even harder in the rain. So hats off to everybody that was able to do that. Great job. And that's all I have, Gunnar. Nope. Yeah. I'm good. Just tune in, everybody, to tomorrow night's race for Tier 3. See you guys. All right, cool. Awesome, Gunner. Thanks a lot. We'll see you tomorrow night on track. Yeah, right. All right, have a good one. See ya.